Speaking of shit music, Mick, the reaction to our singing in the intro, it's been incredible, hasn't it? People been phoning in?
Yes, one call was actually complimentary, thank you.
Really? It's very nice, that's great. But songs, we've got a million of them. In fact, we're going to do another one for you now. And Mick, how can I set this one up? It's been a bit of a weird week for us.
Yeah, we've struggled to get our bearings this week, I'm afraid.
Yes, we're a bit confused, and, well, this might explain why. Have a look.
We were sitting home one Sunday with a mate of ours called Kevin. We had the TV on and it was tuned to Channel 7. Suddenly Kev tells us,
"It's time for the main event."
We watched it for 10 minutes, then we turned to Kev and said, "What's all that about?" We were walking down the shops to get a couple of chop wedges. We saw one of those posters up for Benson and Hedges, the one that has a light bulb talking to a piece of bread. We looked at it for half an hour, then we simply said, "What's all that about?" Then we went to see a film to pass the time away. It was one of those arty ones by Peter Greenaway, all about a zebra and a pair of naked men. After 7 hours I heard, and then, what's all that about? Later on we went to hear a speech by that John Hewson. After half an hour we could feel our belts loosen. He talked about his flight pack package and his GST, but there was only one response as far as we could see. What's all that about? After that we went to see a concert by The Cure, but sadly 15 minutes was all that we could endure. The lead singer seemed quite depressed, he looked like he was dead. Halfway through the second song we turned around and said, "What's all that about?" So we took a quiet drive out through the countryside, but pretty soon we found ourselves looking quite mystified, because tourists were all queuing up to see a giant worm. We looked at one another and we had to use the term, "What's all that about?" We were strolling through a quiet city mall. We came across something that never fails to appall. Students doing street theatre, God knows what it all meant. I think you can imagine how the crowd's reaction went.
What's all that about?
We had a friend called Barry, he's demonically possessed, so we got some holy water and we tried to have him blessed. The priest came in, Barry spewed, then he spun his head. The preacher looked at us and then he very softly said,
"What's all that about?"
Now even though this song could go another 20 verses, we really ought to stop before its impact all disperses. Because right now lots of viewers are sitting there at home, they're calling up the ABC and asking down the phone,
What's all that about?